get Blondie in the oven.
Oh, yay. Dessert.
Well, I bought this cinnamon roll Blondie mix from Trader Joe's like, I don't know, 2 months ago.
Yeah,
And it's just been sitting there. And finally, I was like, you know what? It's summer. Why not?
let's eat it.
There we go.
I love it.
We're all going to be home together for a few weeks. So, like, people are around to actually eat these things besides me.
You are right. It makes sense. There's Mariah. Here we go. Here we
Oh,
go. I'll have you guys do a quick intro. We'll kind of dive into stuff. Mariah, you made it. Me too. I feel like I'm multitasking. There's this uh payment that keeps trying to go through and the card doesn't work anymore. I've been trying to update it for like 20 times and it keeps telling me I can't. They finally sent me the link. Because they're gonna boot me if I don't pay it. But I was like, you guys won't let me update it. I normally don't do this. Here we go. Hold on. 5, 7. Mariah, can you hear me? Quiet. You're mute, Mariah. All right, that's okay. Okay, let's go around. I want you guys to do a quick intro. I will give you guys one quick real background is so Rachel and Mariah actually have been in the group for a little bit. And so they've been hanging and then obviously the goal was to kind of grow the group a little bit more so than just the two of them. So they've been rocking. So one thing I want you guys to do is just share, obviously, your name, where you're from. Most of you guys are kind of, except Rachel M. You are not from here. You're our furthest one. Congrats. And why you joined the group and what you're hoping to achieve. So, does anybody want to go first, or just want me to call names?
I'll go. I'm Kim.
Go for it.
I live in Sherrill right now. I don't think I identify as from here, but I've been living here for over a decade. Um, and I joined the group for the accountability part. I know I need to get back into caring about my own health instead of raising my children and only worrying about work and kids and house and just start taking more time for myself. So I needed someone to hold me accountable and get things going again. That's why I joined.
I love it. Awesome, Kim. Who else? Rachel M. Go for it.
okay. Uh, sorry. I'm trying to get some more steps in, so I'm currently circling my house.
Good job.
So I am one of the Rachels. I live down in Arkansas, but I'm actually originally from Indiana, right outside of Chicago. So I'm all over the place. Midwesterner at heart, though. And the main reason I joined this group was for the accountability, because I can do all of the things, but if I don't have people pushing me and staying on top of me, I tend to put myself on the back burner.
Sounds like a similar theme, but welcome, Rachel. Rachel M. I'll just have to call you guys Rachel M and Rachel F. All right, other Rachel.
Well, I'm the other Rachel. I am from Dubuque. I joined the group just like everybody else, accountability, and also just to keep the momentum going from um, previously. So,
Love it. I don't know if Mariah's even there. Mariah, there you are.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I was driving and it muted me and
Fine.
sorry.
All good.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Mariah. I have been working with Casey for like 2.5 years. I also joined for accountability and yeah, like you guys said, I can do all the things, but I wasn't doing them, so I needed someone to help. So, and I've stayed, I think, because I have seen a lot of progress but I still want to keep pushing myself forward. So That's why I'm here.
But don't feel bad, guys, that you guys can't do it alone, first of all. You guys are like, I can't do it. I mean, just like anything else, there's all different areas of self-improvement, right? There's tons. You can go from mental health, obviously physical health, to just if you, I don't know, hire somebody to help things around your house, right? Like you can kind of go down the list of all the different things that you need help with. And so I think especially when it comes to health and wellness, like we have this thought that it's so easy because we know everybody knows what to do. Everybody on this planet knows how to be healthy. The giant but is it's the application piece that becomes the hardest part and how to apply it to your life. That's where a lot of like boxed programs work because there's a lot of check boxes that you follow. You follow this food plan, you follow this exercise plan, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. The giant but is when those plans are done, they're not realistic check boxes that you can keep going off of. And so as you guys will learn through this process, is, my goals in these calls to obviously we'll kind of go around. I'll have you guys share some stuff, but every week you guys will have individual goals, individual things that you guys can work on. Everybody in this group is going to be at a different starting point. Everybody's going to be doing, different caloric intake and thing like that. And that's why I want to keep this group as small. There's actually 5 of you. I don't want any more than 10 in this group so I can help allow you guys to continue to give you the support that you guys need and make it as individualized as possible versus doing these one-stop shop style of programs that are out there because they work, but they don't allow you to keep going. That's the downfall with them. So speaking of, I know because obviously we definitely have different people on different pages on here. I always like to kind of go around and figure out what people's wins are. And obviously, if you've not started anything, that's okay. This is not a big deal. If there's something maybe that you've done recently, you just wanted to be like, hey, I want to share. I actually went for a walk yesterday and I haven't done that in a long time, right? It could be something as simple as that. Let's just kind of start with something like that, regardless if it's within, I don't know, and anything that you've been wanting to do. Let's have Rachel or Rachel F or Mariah, you go first, and then the rest of you guys will go.
I'll go first. I
Great.
actually, so last week when it was just Mariah and Casey, I ended up trying a couple different dresses on. I actually wore one to work this week.
Oh, yeah,
I said, screw it, I'm done.
good job. I love that. Were you comfortable in it?
Yeah.
That was a big one. I love that, Rachel.
Yeah.
Good work.
That's awesome.
I'm proud of you for wearing it.
I was
I love
worried, but I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah. Now do you feel we wear one again this week?
Yeah, because I'll probably live in them again.
Great. You're feeling confident in your dresses. This is great. I love it. Mariah, how about you?
I ordered my new scrubs that I said I was going to, so they'll be here on Wednesday, and they're a size smaller than I currently am wearing. So I'm excited to try them on and see how they fit.
Sweet. Good job. Rachel M.
I think my biggest win was actually letting myself relax. Up until about 12 hours ago, I thought I was going to be having to go back to work a lot this month. And so I spent all of last week just allowing myself to do nothing and being okay with it.
Those are good ones. We need those. Good. Are you ready? Are you rejuvenated for this week?
I am actually. Plus, I've got the good news today that I don't have to go into work. So,
Woohoo!
yay.
Even better.
Now I'm like, now I have all this time. What do I do?
That's awesome. It's a good one. I like it. Kim, how about you? Anything?
Just joining this group, I would say,
I
probably
like that one.
to start my
Yeah. Perfect.
prioritizing myself
I
a
love
little
that.
bit more.
Yeah, perfect. Good job. Yeah, I will always push and emphasize any win is a win, regardless of like quantity, size. We always like want to see these big like scale victories or, fitting into new clothes or all those fun things. And those are great wins, of course. So always share those if you guys have them. Don't also be afraid to share those too. Like this is also the point of the group. But if it is something is just like that, or like I said, even it's like I had a glass of water today, then I don't normally drink, like that's a win, right? There's always something in there. So, now, Ray, I thought Rachel, let me go over this, no, not there, the check-in sheets. So each week, okay, come on. You guys will get a message on Sunday. You haven't gotten it already, so this is through the Simply Strong app. You'll get a check-in form if you have not seen those. Kind of going off of stuff. So this is kind of how I keep track of what's going on. I'll kind of walk through stuff. So obviously just basic stuff, how you're feeling about your overall week, blah, 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 what's most difficult, blah, blah, etc. Now some of you guys, one of the things that's actually has shifted, this is a win. If you don't want to sync, although everybody in here with the exception of Kim, don't worry about MyFitnessPal.
Oh.
Is because the app, the Simply Strong app, it's not my app, sorry, but that's where it goes through. Where I host it through, they've actually updated all of the workout, the nutrition stuff, and it's a lot better. So those of you that are already in MyFitnessPal, keep tracking through that. Keep doing what you guys. I don't want to change your guys' platform. Kim, just track in the app.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of they've just updated to much nicer things. So now that after people join, I'm going to push them towards this. But since everybody else has already been doing MyFitnessPal, we're keeping it that way. So don't worry about that. But it talks about the kind of your input, what your averages are, your protein. And this is just for days that are full tracked. That's the thing that's most important for these ones are the fully tracked days. If the days are not fully tracked, make sure to, like don't include those. You might have to manually enter in like whatever Monday, Wednesday, Fridays averages, literally add them up, divided by 3, whatever full days are tracked. Because if you have partial days, it will drop your numbers. If it's like if you only tracked 2 meals, etc., make sure you do that as well or check into that as well. So pretty simple. If you struggle with this, let me know. Actually Mariah tracks on a different app. She doesn't even track on MyFitnessPal or the one on here. So I should even throw out there if you have one that you already prefer, because that's half the battle with food tracking. That to find one that's easy. And there's a lot of them out there that are out there that if you wanted to. So for me, I just wanted this at least just gives me some input of what's going on for your water each day. Mariah uses Chronometer. Rachel's MyFitnessPal. And Kim, I should say, do you want to use MyFitnessPal or are you fine just using the app that I had suggested?
I'm fine with the app. Thanks.
Great. We'll keep it simple. And then you just kind of rate these things. This just kind of gives me an idea how the week went. Obviously, if there's nothing that you want to input, you can skip things, etc. But so every Sunday, this will come out. Try to get it into me at least by, you don't have to get it to me Sunday night, but at least by Monday afternoon, so that I have the information going in towards to the call for Monday evenings. So that's what those are. Also, workouts. Let me pull. Oh, we're going with Lacey, just because she's up here. So the workouts are all very simple, pretty basic. They're very not basic. They're basic, but they're easy to follow. When you go under the app and you click the little kettlebell logo, at the very bottom, this is where you will see all of the workouts. So I have included in here, so this is if you go to a gym or if most of them are just basic dumbbell versions, but I have included like a simple like 30-minute or a 45-minute to 60-minute workout. Only pick like one of these. This is day 1, day 2, day 3. Don't do like this one, don't do day 1. Or what should I say? You're not doing all of these. Sorry, this is what I'm trying to say. Don't pick 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think it goes 3 down here too. There goes 1, 2, 3. There it is. There's my full screen. Sorry. You are only going to pick, ideally, I want you to try to work out 2 days a week. So at least pick what day 1, day 2, whichever time availability you have, day 1, day 2. If you feel like you can do 3 days, then then of course do 3 days. But this is just based on your time availability. The other thing with these is I don't include warm-ups just to start with. You guys just kind of dive right on in, which is great. And majority of it is body weight. There are some bands that are in here. If you don't have certain equipment, let me know. I can give you there's always an alternative to something else. And just let me know. But just pick ideally which time frame looks easiest for you, and then stick with those at least, like I said, twice a week. So really day 1, day 2, repeat that for 4 weeks, and then you get a whole new phase in the next round. Same thing. And I like it. If you don't have like a bench, I always suggest like there's the floor. You can use chairs, stuff like that. There's always alternatives for a lot of this stuff. But I make it pretty simple to follow. Any questions on those?
Nope.
Pretty easy? Great.
Yep.
Great. And when it pops up on your calendar, I'll be able to see when your workouts are completed. I can get an idea of what's going on. So, etc. Anyway, that's the housekeeping items. So anyway, one of the things, so this week, I know if there's also any struggles or anything that you guys have very specific questions on, this is of course the time to go into those. So I'm going to actually open up. If you want to talk, you can. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to. At the end of this call, what I will do is make sure each of you guys has an individual goal here, and I'll plug that into your profile. And then yeah. And typically I'll say the calls last honestly anywhere from a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. We don't really typically go an hour. So just to give you an idea of time frame too. Try to keep you guys rolling. So any kind of areas, questions of anything that you guys want to dive into this evening? Otherwise, I'll start just talking. Or we can just start doing goal setting right now. Do I do goal setting now?
Fun with me.
Yeah,
Great.
that's
Let's do
good.
goal setting. Maybe stuff will come up. Rand, did you want to talk about yours or no? You're on mute. There you go.
Sorry, I'm
You're good.
technologically challenged. Yeah,
You're
I
good.
can talk about mine.
I just saw
Um,
your input form. You seem very
Yeah,
happy.
I did not complete my goal from last week. I wasn't anywhere close to my goal from last week. My watch died, so I didn't have a watch all week, and I didn't track, which was nice. It was a nice mental break. But I think my brain used it as an excuse, hi buddy, to just kind of eat whatever. So there were cupcakes in the break room, and I indulged in those, and we went out to eat with friends, and I had some drinks, and yeah, it did not go well. So I feel like all of the progress I made over 6 weeks, I lost, and I made it to the gym, but that was about all I did. So
Jack.
it was rough. It was a rough go. So, but this week is a new week, and I've already done one of my gym workouts, and I have my watch charging now, and it's going to be a better week.
Good.
So
I like it.
yes, I just kind of dive bombed off the deep end, I feel like, and I was like, no tracking, no rules, and it was not good. It was not good at all. So I'm back to tracking.
Now, do you believe that you went like you've lost all your progress?
No, I know it's probably mostly water weight. Like that's just me being dramatic. I know,
Okay,
but
good. I was verifying.
yeah. I feel like I maybe lost a smidge of progress, but no, I know it's probably 95% water weight and it's gonna go away. So
Dang. Yeah.
yes.
All right. What do you feel like you want? I guess since you're on the spotlight here, Mariah, where do you feel like you want to really focus on this week?
So I think my question for you was just knowing like what a maintenance calorie goal should be for me now that I'm not on the cut anymore.
Yep. We were gonna go back
Because
up.
I think the steps and everything, I'm gonna just have the same goal as I had last week, but actually stick to it. So I think just, yeah, where do I go from here in terms of like a maintenance calorie is my question.
We were just going back up to, was that not? Was it 2200?
22, yeah, before I started the cut, I think I was at like 24, and then my cut was like 18 to 20, and I averaged like 19, I think, on average.
Let me pull this up for a second. Huh. Load, 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 load. Fiber too.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Fiber too.
averaged 2000. So you'll want to get to 20, you could do 21 to 22. I'm gonna just put that in there.
Okay.
Put this in for 1 week. Still with, did you ever do the InBody? I'm still waiting for that.
No, I'm gonna go
Dying to
next
know.
Monday. I
Dying
picked
to
up a day
know.
at work this week and it just threw off my entire
That's true.
life.
Ah,
So
you were fine. Yes, aim for that. Really still push yourself with your fiber at 26, 26 to 30 grams of fiber will be great. So keep pushing that.
okay.
And same thing with your protein. Keep that up at, holy cow, your last log don't need 178 grams. That was the beginning of, is that right?
Yeah.
70? Yeah. Yeah. If you want to keep challenging yourself with that, go for that. But yeah,
Okay.
that'd be good.
Cool.
So 21 or
Sounds
yeah,
good.
21 to 2200. We're just gonna do that for a week or two, see how this goes.
Okay.
We still could even add more back into if we feel like we want to go higher too. Are you ready to go to a bulk? No.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Then
I
you
need to
build the
mentally, I think, be
muscle.
prepared for that.
Then you build the muscle.
Yes.
No, you do not have to go into a bulk. We've talked about that.
Okay.
Okay, let's see
Okay.
how that goes this next week. And now that watch is charged, things feel better. I feel like you'll do well.
Yes, I think so too.
Great.
Cool.
Good. Let's go. Kim. Let's go with
Yes.
the QB. All right, this week, actually, I have a
Yep.
goal for you. Your week one. So I'm just going to give you a goal.
Thank you.
I actually want you to start tracking. At least I would like to see 4 days of tracking. Because
Okay.
once I get 4 days of tracking, this is giving me an idea of where to go next with you. So whether it's, going to be let's work on breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, etc. We'll dive a little bit more into that. And the most important thing with tracking, Kim, if I can emphasize anything, is the reason why people fall off of tracking is they want to get everything right? They want to get all the numbers right. They feel like it's like if they don't plug it in right, it's all wrong, right? Let's just throw it in the trash. So with tracking, do your best. Mariah, you actually have some good feedback on this one. Do you want to chime in there for a hot second?
Yeah. I think what helped me was when you said just start by tracking your protein and your calories and don't worry about the rest, because it is overwhelming to feel like you have to be perfect and track it like so meticulously. So for the first, I don't know, probably the first month or so, I was just tracking protein and calories. And then as I got more comfortable with it, I wanted to know like what my fiber was. So I tracked more diligently just so I could see that too. What I have found really helpful for tracking is meal prepping. So making like a big batch of a meal, and I'll put that into the tracking app with like how many servings, and then I'll preload it into a bunch of days. So I know like, okay, I know my lunch is going to be this for the next several days. And then I can kind of build like my breakfast and my suppers around that. So that's, yeah. Anything else you were thinking of that I didn't say?
I don't think so. Rachel,
Okay.
Em, were you gonna say something?
No, I was just
Oh,
sitting down. So
okay. I'd say most important, Kim, this week, number one is just do your best. guesstimate. Don't overthink tracking is my biggest push for you, Kim.
Okay.
If you have measuring spoons, if that's easier for you, measuring cups and stuff, use that to just kind of guesstimate. Remember, like a palm size, your palm is around 4 ounces of meat. So even if obviously you can't sit there and throw a piece of meat into a measuring cup. That's 4 ounces is your palm. And just to kind of give you an idea of what that stuff looks like. And if it's a mixed dish, so say you're eating, I always just throw like chicken enchiladas, right? That's a mixed dish. Just search chicken enchiladas and pick one that looks like the closest to what you think it is. That's all you do. Like, I do not expect you to deconstruct this thing. I do not expect you to construct the chicken enchilada one by one. That's just silly. So just pick something that looks the closest. And like I said, so that 4 days of tracking, ideally, Kim, I also want to see one weekend in there because we eat differently on the weekends too. This will give me an idea of where you're going next with your food. Got it? If you
Going on
want to start your
vacation
work,
this
and then
weekend, so it's
how do
going to
you
look
feel about?
awful.
Oh, sorry, I just talked all over you. Sorry, on while you
We'll
were
be on vacation this weekend, so it's an awful weekend for me to have to track. But
Oh, don't track this weekend then. Yeah, I also don't
I'll tr-
don't want to. Well, just can you do Tuesday through Friday?
yeah, I'll try. I actually can put in today's too, I
Oh.
think so.
Great. We will
Yeah.
start here. I will take that. And then if you want, do you feel confident to do any workouts this week, or do you just want to focus on tracking?
Oh no, I'm going to try and do at least 2.
I like it. Okay. Those are your goals. Track
Thank
and
you.
2 days of workout.
Got it.
And I'll say, I'm not going to put a little check mark. So usually like on Mariah, as I just put on hers, like her calorie goals, you'll see a little check box. I'm not going to put that on yours because I'll see it will show up on the calendar.
Okay.
Rachel M.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see where you are at. I know I got your check-in sheet 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And I was like, where are you? I didn't see you on the call, which is fine.
I managed one.
That's great.
This week I managed the other, so next week I'll manage both, right?
Great. So let me ask you this. Where do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on a calorie goal? Do you want to do a protein goal? Do you want to do a movement goal? Where aligns with you?
I think movement is going to be the big thing for me that I
Okay.
really need to put a lot of focus on.
Okay.
Because that's the habit I need to redevelop.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you want to do with movement? Do you want it to be workout based or just general steps?
I want to focus on the workouts.
Okay. I don't know why these all got moved. Okay, so focus on the workouts. Your calendar got really weird in here. There's like weekly check-ins got thrown in on. I don't know what happened. Maybe that's what happened. Delete some of these. So get the workouts in. How many workouts in do you want to do?
So for the next 4 weeks, I want to get 2 a week.
2 a week. Checking. Okay. 2 a week. What days are you getting them in this week? Further.
Probably gonna be Tuesday, Thursday this week.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in here. Oh, workouts. Let's do a check mark. Actually, no, let's just do goals and habits then. Great. I like this. Okay. All right. So it's I'll see a little box, Rachel, on yours that will say workout Tuesday, Thursday. Check that off. Plus, obviously, I'll see that you get a workout in too. So, by you just completing the workouts itself. So,
Okay.
Anything with nutrition, or you just really want to focus on that this week? I'm fine either way.
I think the only thing with nutrition I'm going to focus on this week is eating my breakfast again.
I'm gonna put this in here as a habit then. Okay, that's a big one. Let's do that again.
Because
Okay, eat breakfast.
I think I had my espresso for breakfast every single day last week, and that was about it.
Great, eat breakfast again. See, these are the goals we're making here. Boom. So just so you guys can see these. So you guys, obviously you probably got pinged, Rachel, if you're on the notifications, but this is what they'll look like. So I put eat breakfast again, workout Tuesday, Thursday. You'll see it on your home screen on the app with these goals, and just check the box as you go through these. So that's your mini goals. And obviously next week, then we'll come up with different goals, or they're the same goals. So either or works. Deal. I like that. Those are good ones. Anything else?
Not right now.
Deal. Rachel F. We need nicknames. You guys gotta give me nicknames. Sounds so proper.
Oh,
Yeah, you. I'm waiting on you. Steps. Where we going? I guess I didn't ask you a question. I didn't. I know. Sometimes I will tell you if I'm giving you a goal, but I guess for you, I'm asking you, where are we going?
I want to keep up with my calorie.
Okay.
At least, I know I hit it a good chunk of the time last week. It's just the weekend trying to get that back into it.
Okay. So what
Because
if it was
yeah.
on Saturday and Sunday, make it a goal to hit it on Saturday and Sunday?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Because I'm better off during the week than the weekend.
It's everybody.
And then I want to actually increase my workouts to 3 days a week.
Ooh.
Because I'm actually enjoying getting back into them.
Yeah, we're back. I love it. All right, it's just plugged in. Perfect.
And at that point, my walking is going to increase anyway, so it's
Yes.
hand in hand.
Yes, for sure. Gosh, guys' calendars have gotten messy for some reason. Things are like random. Okay, deal. Good. I like these. I like these a lot. Perfect. Good. Short, sweet, simple. I like to keep very simple goals so you guys kind of can obviously get them and make it so it's very laser focused during the week. So anything that you guys have like specific questions on, whether it's a food, meal, I don't know, something exercise related, any health, anything related to this. Kim says no. Rachel says no.
No.
Mariah's frozen on my screen. Great. Perfect. Deal. Well, oh, now she's back. Perfect. Yeah, anytime you guys have questions, of course, you can shoot me a message directly. If there's anything stuck or in the group chat, of course, throw that in there. I will kind of throw in midweek as well. So Wednesday, Thursday-ish, I will kind of just throw in there how you guys are doing, how the week's going, etc. Just to keep a check-in point. And yeah, if there's obviously this will always ebb and flow. Every week there'll be different stuff, and we'll kind of see how things flow. So yeah. Questions, comments, concerns, what everybody always says. That's it. Great. I will say it'd also be great if you guys for you guys that are with the goals that you guys are trying to achieve. I think it just helps, to also help you accountable besides just me obviously leading the things is Rachel, if you get your third workout in, take, you can throw that in the chat, got my third workout in, or Kim's I got my first workout in, throw that in there. Those are good things to help build momentum. Anything, it could be, Rachel's I ate breakfast today, right? She's trying to eat breakfast. So those are all important things, and cheer each other on. And if you guys have, any suggestions, previous experiences of any of that stuff, like chime in, because that's the part I love with the group, is because that you guys can relate to each other as you guys are going through this. Even if you are new, I've put you guys in quotations, you still have previous life experiences. So chime in, don't hesitate like to speak up at any point. So deal?
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. Boom. 8:40. We're rolling. All right, ladies. Anyway, have a great rest of your week, and we'll chat next week. All right.
Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. Bye,
Thanks.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.